my dear friends. Last 30 seconds. Just be with your breath. Last 15 seconds. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, my dear friends. Please open your eyes.
Okay. Thank you, friends. Thank you for joining us today. And I think some people are joined over YouTube live and PMC UK online and PMC English. And thank you, Pradeep, for the continuous session. This is your third session in this season. And friends, let us hear from Pradeep on discrimination and integrity. So they are very important qualities one should have. And yeah, thank you, Pradeep. Over to you now. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravi. Yeah. So, friends, today we're going to speak about discrimination and integrity. So, discrimination, usually it comes to our mind when we speak about discrimination, is that a person is being discriminated based on his caste, based on his religion, or based on his gender. That's a general viewpoint, what we have got about discrimination. But it is also that we can also discriminate between right and wrong. We can also discriminate between an individual interest or the organizational interest, an individual interest, and the group interest. We can also discriminate about what is real and what is illusion, and what is real and what is unreal. So we can also discriminate between the people who lead us towards our evolution or who lead us towards our involution. Okay. We can also discriminate things that leads to joy or things that leads to misery, things that leads to freedom or things that leads to imprisonment, or things that leads to success or things that leads to failure. So discrimination is an ability of a person to make a right choice for themselves and for the people around them and for the world. Okay. So it is your ability to make a right choice. So that is discrimination. Okay. So discrimination in the spiritual context. Okay. I have taken these thoughts from Torkham sir, what I'm going to speak today, most of them, and my viewpoints about them. So, discrimination in a spiritual sense can be referred as, in the first level, discrimination between I, the consciousness, the individual consciousness, and the outer world, discrimination between my personality and the soul, okay, discrimination between my soul and the eternal oneness that is existing, okay. And in these three fields, there had been a study of it, there had been a discussion of it, uh, there had been there had been a discussion, and there had been an intuitions and insights and meditations on it, on these levels of discrimination. Even in Bhagavad Gita, if you take, so Krishna says you are not just the physical body. He says, "Na jayate mriyate va kadachinnayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyah ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire." That means, na jayate mriyate va. He says, you do not have birth, you do not have death. You are that entity. Na jayate mriyate va kadachinnayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyah. Bhutva means you have existed in the past, not that you have existed yesterday or the last year or 10 years before. You have existed even before you have taken this body. Bhutva bhavita, bhavishyat, that means future. So you are going to exist in the future also. That doesn't mean that you're going to exist tomorrow or the next year. You also exist even after you leave this body. That is what he's trying to tell. So you have existed even before you have taken this body. You will continue to exist even after you leave this body. And he further says that na jayate mriyate va kadachinnayam, na jayate mriyate va kadachinnayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyah ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Ajo nitya shashvatoyam. Ajo in Sanskrit means Atma. Atma is nitya and shashvatoyam. Nitya is permanent and eternal. So it is not an entity that is going to exist for some time and not going to exist for some time. It is eternally existing for all the time. And you are that entity who is eternal. You are that entity who is permanent. And Purano. He also says Purano means ancient. It is ancient means it is not that it is older, but it is so ancient that it has existed even before the whole creation has existed. See, who will exist before the creation? Only the creator can exist before the creation. So you are that creator who has even created this entire creation. That is the one of the very powerful statements that he has made in Bhagavad Gita. Okay? Purano. Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. That means only your body is perishable. Your only physical body is perishable. And you are not that physical body. You are beyond that. So we need to develop our discrimination in the spiritual path, that you are not limited just to your physical body, but you are something more, maybe called as a soul, yes, but which is eternal and permanent, which has existed even before the creation has got created. So if you can be aware of your existence at such a level, okay, then the way you relate with life changes. When you know that you do not have one lifetime, but you have multiple lifetimes, the way you relate with people changes. The way you relate with your father and mother, the way you relate with your husband, with your wife, with your friends, with your co-employees, everything changes. The way you relate with the people in your group changes. And then your power of discrimination increases. Okay? Between your individual consciousness, between the person that you are, between the personality that you are, and the so-called other. Okay? So till the time you do not know this self-knowledge, this particular self-knowledge, what I was trying to share with you. So people are more individual people live in more individual consciousness. Okay, and when they are aware, when they are conscious, when they discriminate about their own eternal nature, okay, then things start becoming very easy. Something like, see, if I know that I have only one shirt in my entire lifetime, I will not be getting any other t-shirt for my entire lifetime. Then if you come and spill some tea on it, I'll be very sad. Maybe I'll be angry. Maybe I'll scold you. Maybe I'll shout at you, right? If I have only one t-shirt for my entire lifetime and you spill some coffee on it. So I'll feel very bad and sad. But if I know that I have had 100 t-shirts and I would have again have another 100 t-shirts if I want, then will I be sad? Will I feel really that bad? No. The same way, something happens in your life. Maybe something that you feel terrible is happening. Something you feel terrible is being done by some other person, right? So if you know that this is not just one lifetime that you're going through, but you have had so many lifetimes and you will have so many lifetimes, the way you take things that are happening in this lifetime, you discriminate in such a way that it will not have a large impact on you. Your acceptance levels will rise and you will still be joyful. You will not be so unhappy. You will not be so sad if you know that you are an eternal entity. So this is uh, a level of discrimination in which you know that the individual consciousness that is existing is not just limited to this physical body and to this lifetime, but you are present in multiple lifetimes and you have a choice to be present in even further lifetimes, right? This is a first level of discrimination. A second level of discrimination is that it is your individual consciousness and how are you getting related with the other. You will know that you do not just have this physical body, but you have 6 other bodies. You have your astral body, you have your mental body, you have your nirvanic body, you have your cosmic body, you have your buddhic body. So you have all these bodies, and you are not just yourself, but you also exist in others. The same self that is residing in you is also existing in every other person and in every other thing. The whole nature is not different from you. The whole cosmos, all the stars that you see, the sun that you see, the planets that you have known, and every grain of the sand, every small grass, every big tree, every forest, and every drop in the ocean, and every laptop that you see, every chair that you're sitting on, or the bed that you're sitting on, when you see, whatever you see with your eyes, whatever you see with your mind, that is, whatever you perceive with your mind, when you know that you are not different from any of those things, that is next level of discrimination, where you will be on the path of oneness. You will be on the possibility of oneness. So that oneness sprouts in you with this kind of discrimination. Okay. And in between, there are so many things. There can be so many things. You may understand that you are not just limited to this physical body in this dimension or in this world, but you would understand that you are not limited to one physical body, but you exist in different physical bodies, in different worlds or different dimensions at the same time, for the reason of your consciousness expansion. So you would understand that you are not a single dimensional being, but you are a multi-dimensional being existing in multiple dimensions at the same time. So in between, this is a journey towards oneness, but there will be so many stops. You can stop at so many places. You can evolve through many things and many understandings with your discrimination. So you need to increase your discriminative faculty, discriminative power. That is what you need to do. And that starts with knowing that you are not just the body, okay? but you are something more. Are you the mind? Yes, you may be. Are you the intellect? Yes, you may be. Are you the social connections that you have? Yes, you may be. Are you the soul that we have been told all these years with the traditional spirituality? The New Age spirituality is not just about philosophy, but living it, living joyfully. New Age spirituality is about experience of the soul. Old Age spirituality is, yes, it is the teaching of the soul and possibly the experiences of the soul. Yes, it can be. But New Age spirituality is more focused on experiences, experiential spirituality. It's not theoretical spirituality. So when you use your power of discrimination to discriminate that you are not just limited to one body and one lifetime, but you are a multi-dimensional entity who is existing in multiple dimensions, in multiple worlds, in multiple physical bodies, possibly, for the reason of your consciousness expansion, then your awareness will increase, your consciousness will expand, and there will be so many possibilities that will open up. See, when you know that you are not just limited to one lifetime, you will not be so bonded, you will not be so attached, you will not be so sad, you'll not be feeling so bad for whatever is happening in your life. You'll take it light. It is not, I'm not telling that you will be absolutely out of sorrow or sadness or sickness, but you'll be able to take things in a lighter way. You'll be able to take things easily. So that kind of discrimination will flower in you. And discrimination is all about a choice. Discrimination is not about knowing. See, you have a choice of light, you have a choice of darkness. When you know that you have two choices, you know it. But when you choose the choice that goes with the light, then you're using your power of discrimination. See, in Telugu, we call it as uh, Shariravat Jivinchadamu and Atmavat Jivinchadamu. Means living with the physical body or living as a soul. Living as a physical body, limited to one lifetime, or living as a soul while being related to multiple lifetimes. When you know that you are an entity who is in this lifetime, who has lived many other lifetimes, and who would be living many other lifetimes, then you will understand the cause and effect of every reality that you are facing. If somebody is bothering you, you would understand that there may be something that has happened in your past life where the karma is getting balanced. When you understand this, you'll take it light. You'll be compassionate on the other person because he's getting into a loop of karma. When he's doing something bad to you, you will understand that according to law of karma, what you do will get done unto you. What he does will get done unto him. But in a multiple order, right? So you may have done something, now that is getting cleared. But if somebody else is doing something to you, then he's accruing that karma, right? So it is becoming multifold for him. He is taking away your karma, but he is gathering his own karma. So, as an intelligent being, what we can do is we can be compassionate on them. Yet, you can handle yourself. You have all the choice. So, discrimination is about the choice that you have every moment. You have in every moment of your existence, right? That is the choice that you have got. So, you need to use your discrimination to live as a soul, not just as a physical body limited to this lifetime, but as a soul who has lived so many lifetimes earlier and who would live so many lifetimes if chosen, as you have the choice. So you need to live your life like that. When you live your life like that, then naturally an inner joy emanates from you, an inner celebration emanates from you, because you'll be so light-hearted. You'll not be so serious about life. You'll not be so pestering or bothering others. And you won't feel bad if others bother you. You'll take it light, and yet I'm not telling that you have to become a doormat for others to walk on. But the way you handle things will be easy, will be joyful, and will contribute to your health also. That is what I'm trying to tell. Okay? This is about the basic discrimination that we need to get. So, in while using our discrimination faculty, so we will grow from individual consciousness to group consciousness to oneness consciousness. So we will understand that we are an individual, we'll start taking our responsibility, and we'll know that we are the ruler of our life. We will know that we are creating our own realities. Nobody else is creating. No God is creating our reality. Nobody else is writing your fate or fortune, but you yourself is writing your own fortune and fate or your own reality by your own thoughts, by your own emotions, by your own feelings. So you create your own reality by your own thoughts every moment, my dear friend. You need to know that and take self responsibility for your entire life. When you take responsibility, then at least you will have a space where you will understand why things are happening the way they are happening. Then your Agna chakra will open up. More petals will open in Agna chakra. How much cause and effect relationship that you find for the realities that are happening in your life, for the situations that are happening in your life, so much your Agna chakra will open. You'll understand cause and effect relationships. You'll discriminate your realities as to why they're happening. And when you're able to discriminate all the realities that has happened in your life, why you were born to such and such father, why you're born to such and such parents, why you have such siblings, why you have such friends, why you have such bothering boss or supporting boss, why you have designed such a partner, why you have designed such a partner who is abusing you all the time, why you have designed such a partner who is helping in your growth all the time, you will be able to find the causes of all that. And you will be able to find the effects of all the causes. You'll be able to see why such and such situations have happened in your life, such and such people have happened in your life, and such realities have happened in your life. You'll be able to discriminate all these things. And you need to discriminate from the viewpoint of being a soul, not just as a being who's limited to one lifetime, but as a soul who has lived so many lifetimes. Because you would have lived a lifetime of a king, you would have lived the lifetime of a beggar, of a thief. You would have lived so many lifetimes in different roles. See, as a mother-in-law, you may be pestering or bothering your daughter-in-law now, but you would have been a daughter-in-law, right? And you may be a daughter-in-law in the coming life. So when you see from this context, from this larger context, when you discriminate from this larger context, the way you get related to every person, the way you get related to every situation and every reality in your life changes. Changes with awareness, changes for the better, I would say. Okay. And it will become lighter, it will become easy, it will become joyful. It will lead you to healthy choices, to supporting choices, to joyful choices. That will, that is what going to happen with your power of discrimination. So I would like to open the forum for questions on discrimination before going to the next topic on integration. It's a small topic, integration. Anyone would like to ask any question?
Let me check on YouTube's as well. Question. I think it is pretty clear, Pradeep. So it's like, yeah. how discrimination helps understanding the current reality and why we have chosen our realities. Yeah, it is pretty clear. Thank you.
Cool. Then we'll go to integrity. Okay, this is a short session on integrity. Integrity is a state of being complete. When something is diminutive, okay, something is less from what it has to be, then we would say it is not in integrity. Like we have a wheel. If if any of the spokes of the wheel is not there, it is missing, then that particular wheel is not in integrity. The same way, if any of the aspect of life is missing in your life, then that life is not in integrity. Okay. If a person is missing something in his physical body, then it's not in integrity, right? So that is what is integrity is by its definition. Okay. So our life conditions, whatever we are having in our life, it is a reflection of the conditions that exist in our mental realms. If our mental realm is peaceful, okay, then we'll have a peaceful life. If our mental realm is chaotic, if our mental realm is full of agitation, if our mental realm is full of disorder, then our life will be chaotic. Our life will have disorder. Our life will be of agitation, right? So the more harmonious our thoughts are, then the more healthier we will be on the physical plane. So thoughts are very critical. A disturbance in the mental plane creates disturbances in our energy centers, in our glands, in our organs, in our nervous system. Thus, the primary source of our health is mind. What kind of mind? A mind that has harmony with, a mind that has harmony within its own sphere. So a harmonious mind leads to a healthy body and a healthy life. So all the kind of physical illnesses that a person gets is a result of inner chaotic conditions. That is the reason why we must not only try to live a life in cooperation with the outside world, but also create cooperation with our own emotional and mental worlds. I'm trying to repeat this for you once again. Okay, we need to create cooperation with our emotions and mental thoughts, right? Because our thoughts, emotions, and actions often fight with each other. We are not in integrity about our thoughts and actions, thoughts and emotions and actions, right? And how can we expect a successful and happy life? Our life is a reflection of the state of our consciousness. So we need to expand our consciousness by creating harmony. We need to refine it. So we need to refine and create harmony. We need to expand our harmony. Then we can create a better life. That is very important. Then we can live in integrity, right? So when a person has no when a person has no inner integrity, he becomes a problem to those who are trying to fulfill a great purpose through cooperation. See, even for a group, to be part of a group, if a person is not having that inner integrity, okay, it will become a problem for the group also. Mark my words, my dear friends. So a person's inner integrity is very important, very, very important. We call in Telugu as Trikarana Shuddhi. Trikarana Shuddhi is being in integrity with your words, thoughts, and actions. What you think is what you speak is what you act. Unless you have this inner integrity, you cannot be a team player. You cannot be a group member also. It creates chaos in the group because the inner chaos would create chaos in the group. It is important in science of cooperation to have integrity in our thoughts and actions, right? And the most necessary integrity is of the emotional nature. You need to be in integrity with your emotions also. And the emotional nature of a human being is very important, very, very important, because it thoroughly affects his mental body and physical body also. If it is out of order, then it causes devastation with both mental body and physical body. So one needs to have this emotional intelligence and emotional integration and emotional harmony, right? And how can one have this emotional integration and emotional intelligence and emotional harmony? See, Daniel Goleman has suggested some four quadrant model. Okay, the other way is simple, very, very, very simple. You just exercise love. You just exercise that unconditional love. You can be aware, you can have your facts, but still you can have that unconditional love inside you. You can have devotion towards the group purpose or the purpose that you are living. You can exercise dedication. You can exercise respect, faith, and aspiration towards the purpose. When you have this, and towards the others, when you have this, then you will have that emotional integration and harmony inside you. So when these currents of love, currents of devotion, dedication, respect, faith, and aspiration circulate within a person's astral body is nothing but the emotional body, right? Okay. So when they circulate within a person's astral body, then they create harmony and integration. And astral body thereby comes into cooperation with other bodies. See, we have that cooperation building up not just in the physical realm but also in the astral realms. So when you have that love inside you, when you have that dedication and respect towards others, or respect towards the other life, okay, when you have that faith and when you have that aspiration, then in the astral realms also, your astral body will be in cooperation with the other bodies. So this emotional integration is very, very, very important, my dear friends. Okay. And this emotional harmony is very, very important. Very important. Having that love, faith, respect inside you is very important, right? See, I told in my earlier class what is respect towards others. Respect is respecting the potential of the other person. See, Swami Vivekananda told, all the power lies within, you can do anything and everything. All the power lies within, and you can do anything and everything. That means you have an innate potential to achieve anything. You have a potential to do anything. And when you respect the other person with that potential, that is respect. Okay. So that is one way of having emotional integration and emotional harmony. And this is the highest intelligence. Love is the highest emotional intelligence. There is no other highest emotional intelligence than love. So you would say that you would say 101 positive emotions, but I would say that the root emotion of all the positive emotions is love. You would say 101 negative emotions. I would say that the root emotion for all these negative emotions is fear. You would say a person has hatred, a person has jealousy, a person has non cooperative behavior, a person has caste discrimination or gender discrimination or any such negative emotion. The root cause of that is fear. Okay. So you need to have love. You need to have love based emotions. When you have love, you will have that emotional integration, an automatic emotional integration. When you have that love in your heart, my dear friends, feel that love for yourself and for the self that is there in you and every other person. For the self that is there in you and in every other thing. Feel that love, my dear friends, right now. You don't have to postpone it. You don't have to choose to have it in at any other time. Feel that love right now in your heart for yourself and for every other person that is existing in your life, right? So by that you'll have that emotional integration. It's very simple. You don't have to have so many theories about it. Just feel it inside. And when you have hatred and malice against a person, okay, even by the slightest movement of that person, slightest uh, tasks or simplest tasks done by that person, you would have agitation when you have hatred against them, right? But if you begin to send good thoughts and feelings or bless them, okay, then it will not create any agitation inside us. When we send love to them, it will not create any agitation inside them. I was talking to a small girl, and I taught her the 7 spiritual laws of success. So in that, there is one law called as law of giving. So I told her, wherever you go, you give something to other person. She said, I don't have money, or I cannot buy gifts. I said, you can also give some blessings inside. She used to go to a shop where this uncle in the shop is always serious and agitated. She was uh, she was fearing even to go to the shop. Okay, but whenever she was going, I told her, you bless him. Okay, I give you happiness, health, freedom, and joy. So whenever she was going to the shop, she was blessing him inside that I give you happiness, joy, freedom, and health. So she did it 3 times, and the fourth time he was responding with a smile to her. She came back and told to me, right? So when you have this, see, all this blessing or whatever you do, this is based out of love, right? So when you do that anything in your life, okay, with love, then things changes. You will have that emotional integration, right? So by this, we will protect ourselves, okay, and will also give other persons an opportunity to change when you bless others in spite of what they're doing. You may be handling it in the physical realm the way it has to be handled, but in your heart, do not miss love. Love is one way, only one way to have that emotional integration, my dear friends. Okay. So it is very important to understand that our well-being depends on the well-being of our neighbors, depends on the well-being of our friends, family members. Our well-being depends on the well-being of our co-workers. A true leader, a good leader must try to create good conditions for everyone. If he himself wants to live in a better and more productive condition, then every other person around him, surrounding him, should also be living in a good condition, right? In a healthy condition. If a person is unhealthy around you, you would also get that vibes. So if you like people, some people, yes, create conditions where they can have their well-being. If you do not like some people, still create that. Okay. Through their well-being, their vibrations change. And hence your vibrations change. This applies not just to you, for your family members and friends. It applies to all the groups also. So help others. This applies to nations. Help others to have their own well-being, help others to have their own integrity, and create safe environment for people where they express what is there in their thoughts. Let them express. You don't have to judge, but you can throw more light upon it. You can discuss. So be true to your words, be true to your thoughts, be true to your actions. See what is in your thought, speak it up, and what you speak, do it. That is integrity. Integrity is speaking what is in your thoughts and doing what is in your words, because you are creating your life by what you're thinking, what you're speaking, and what you're doing. And let all these three to be in integrity. When all these three are in integrity, you don't have to remember things, you don't have to put strenuous efforts. You can be a free man. See, if you are lying for some people or at certain situations for certain benefit, you have to remember that lie. You may be telling a lie to 2 3 people or 4 people, and then you encounter one of them other day. You have to remember what lie you have told to that person. and you will encounter the third person. You have to remember what is the third lie that you have told to the third person. Fourth, you have to remember the fourth lie. So it creates a stress. Even in your meditation, you will not be peaceful. Rather, be true to your heart, be true to what your thoughts are, share it. Yet, I'm not telling that, I have a thought to kill a person. Can I be true to my thought and speak it and then do it? But use your discrimination. See, discrimination comes before integrity. Use your discrimination and then be in integrity. I'm not telling that be in integrity without discrimination. One needs to be in integrity with the discrimination. So discrimination comes first, integrity comes next. You need to discriminate your thoughts. You need to discriminate the law of karma. What I do will get done unto me. What I do will get done unto me in multifold. If I do bad, bad will be done unto me. If I do politics, politics will be done unto me. If I scold, I will be scolded more. If I abuse, I would be abused more. So whatever I do will have consequences. One needs to be aware of that. One needs to discriminate. Okay? And one needs to discriminate that he is not limited to one lifetime, but he is a function of so many lifetimes. Your buddhi is a function of so many lifetimes. Your mind is a function of this lifetime, the upbringing and the society and the conditioning, my dear friends. You get your mind from the society, upbringing and parents, but you get your intellect as a function of your lifetimes, as a function of your karma in all your lifetimes. Because your buddhi or intellect lets you make decisions. So through buddhi, you will discriminate. And you will still use your mind, because mind also will have its influence. So you will use your discrimination and then be in integrity. For what you decide in your thoughts with the discrimination, be in integrity. And then you say the same, you communicate the same, and you do the same. And then you will have a life of true freedom. Unless you speak your truth with discrimination, it's not about speaking the truth. Patriji says about Gnana, he says, Mataloni Eruka, Mataloni Satyamu, Dani Peru Gnanamu. Mataloni Eruka, see the awareness he calls. I'm calling it as discrimination now. He calls it as awareness. The awareness in your words, Mataloni Eruka, Mataloni Satyamu, the truth in your words, that is wisdom. So discrimination in your words and the truth in your words, that is wisdom. So have discrimination in your thoughts, have discrimination in your words, have discrimination in your actions, and be in integrity for your thoughts, words, and actions. That will make you a complete man or a complete woman. See, integrity is being complete. Integrity is being whole. Integrity is not missing anything. Then you'll become a complete man when you're in integrity. And living in integrity really requires a certain level of courage, a certain level of adventure, which can be brought upon only when you realize that you are a soul, you're a multi-dimensional soul who has lived so many lifetimes and who is living so many lifetimes parallelly also. Okay, this is what I have to share with all of you today, and the forum is open for questions now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pradeep. Thank you so much. It's a wonderful subject today. So what is, can you elaborate on the difference between love and friendship, please?
Okay.
Yeah.
Love is an emotion. Okay. Love is a root emotion. Friendship can be result of love. That is what I would like to distinguish. Patriji, although says it in a different way, he at times would say friendship exists.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Friends, does anyone have any other questions?
Rajshekhar, do you want to add anything or ask anything? See, friends, this may seem a very simple subject, but it has to come into your every muscle memory. It has to come into your every thought. It has to come into your every action. And then it will make a huge difference in the way we live, in the way we relate with each other. So if anybody has anything.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, madam. Sir or madam?
Yes, I have a question about group discrimination. Say if you belong to a group and you are discriminated as a group, say because of some belief you have or of your origin, something like that. And if you are persecuted as a result of the discrimination, do you simply accept that as accepting past karma and be thankful to the group who is discriminating you for taking off your karma, or do you do something about it?
Okay, got that. Here, my initial definition of discrimination, I told that it is not about discriminating a person from other people based on caste or based on his behavior or based on anything, but it is an aspect of your own self-evaluation for your improvement. Okay, that is what I call as discrimination. Okay, but if you're asking in the first context of discrimination, that if a person is discriminated or on certain aspects and persecuted by this group, how would he have to respond? Correct? Yes, first he has to understand, because it creates certain amount of restlessness in that person who is discriminated, right? So first he has to come to restful awareness. When he comes to a peaceful state of mind, when he comes to an absolute acceptance of what has happened to him, okay, then he will be in a position to understand what is the source of it. And I would not say that it is right or wrong, but he would understand what is the cause of what has happened, why it has happened so. And then he would have enough opportunity to reflect upon why it has happened. He will find his sources, and then he can do what needs to be done. Maybe apologize, maybe communicate with some people, maybe include some people, maybe request for another opportunity. But he has to come to a peaceful ground. He has to use your power. He has to use his power of discrimination to see the larger context of what has happened. When he sees it in the larger context, he will understand what is the lesson that life is trying to teach him at that point of time. When he understands with the power of discrimination what the process of life is trying to teach him at that point of time through that situation, okay, then he can integrate that learning within him. And when he integrates that learning within him, he does not even have to approach the group. The group will approach him because he has learned his lesson. The group will approach him and he would be part of the group very much when he learns his lesson. Because group is also a consciousness. As individual is a consciousness who will expand and who will grow. A group is also a consciousness by itself, amalgamated with so many people. I mean, it's a combination of so many people, okay, growing together. If a person is not resonating with the consciousness of the group, automatically he will be out of the group. And you may see so many external reasons why it has happened, okay. And then when he learns the lesson, then he would be part of the group again. That is how I see it. But thank you for asking the question. Anything else?
I really like this question. So I know where Raji is coming, maybe. So let's say as someone is discriminating, and some group is discriminating other group. Okay, so me as an individual, I can have that. I can send that love vibrations, or I can feel good about the other group who is discriminating the way that little girl did to the shop owner, right? So similarly I can do it, but it's a group, right? So how, to have that bigger change, what is the best thing to do? Like, I have thousands of people in my group.
Okay.
I do, from my side, I have that empathy, love, and everything towards the other group who is discriminating this group. But in my group, right? So they have it is very common in Western countries, right? So you have this some people they think that by default they think that, okay, that area, no, it's a lot of racism over there. Okay, so as an individual, how can I change that consciousness, group consciousness?
Okay. The first thing that every person has to understand that how a group is formed. Group is formed by a common purpose or a common goal. And it is not just the purpose or a goal resonating with everyone. The other aspect of it is birds of the same feather flock together. That means all the people who are becoming part of a group will be at a certain level of consciousness. There will be a certain level of understanding, will be at a certain level of wisdom. Okay. See, there might be some people who will come together to form a group who wants to help others in education. Okay. They would like to help only people who are facing problems in their academic education. That is their goal, that is their purpose. And everyone is resonating with it. And there may be some other group who would like to form a group only for teaching meditation and spiritual science or teaching vegetarianism. This is one group. So they have a certain level of wisdom, they have a certain level of wisdom. So the people who are forming a group, if there is no team member, there is no group, right? So every person has a certain level of wisdom, certain level of awareness, and certain level of energy. And when there's a match, then the group will be formed by the individual consciousness becoming a collective consciousness, and then it forms a group, which will be bound together by a common purpose. Common purpose, right? So, if a person is being thrown out of one group, okay, because of certain things, then he would have a lesson to learn. Otherwise, he would not have created that reality. And I missed the last point of your question, Ravi. Can you repeat that again?
Last point of question is, even though I have that awareness that, this understanding, I have it, I can have that love towards the other group, the group that is discriminating, having the discriminative thoughts towards other group. I can have that love and everything, but still within my group, how can I instill this, awareness, saying, other than meditation, because some people in the day-to-day life, in the, logical mind, working in corporates, what is the best way to, expand this awareness within my group, like our group? Yeah.
Okay, got that. So if a person is still having those love thoughts, okay, and he is feeling that he has every eligibility to be part of the group, yet the group is actually
No, actually, I think what I'm talking here is we have two groups, right? So we have two groups. So within my group, how would I, instill this love and everything other than meditation? With my own thoughts, can I change the group consciousness? In my group, I have like thousands of people, let's say.
So you have two groups, and you are asking me how to elevate the group consciousness, how to
Group.
bring about that emotional integration with love in one group, right? So one way is to create awareness about group consciousness, create awareness about the aspect of the other, create awareness that the other, the self that is lying inside you is not different from the self that is lying inside every other person. See, ultimately, whatever we are doing, we are treading the path of oneness, right? That is one thing, okay? If that awareness is there in entire group, then the group working will be very different. See, if you see, Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement is a very unique movement where Patriji brings every other guru into this movement. But not every other guru actually brings every other guru in their movements. Not even one other guru in their movement, right? So it definitely requires a high level of understanding, a high level of acceptance, a higher level of wisdom, a higher level of group consciousness to feel one with the other person or to feel one with the other group. So one has to understand that a group consciousness or a group comes together for a common goal, not as a competition to another group, not for being different from the other group. The focus has to be on the common goal, and the focus is on the common goal. Okay. So whether you will make other group member or other group as part of your group or not part of your group is based on the common goal or the common purpose that they are trying to achieve. If it is benefiting them, yes, they can go together. They can welcome the other group. So based on that criteria, if you're doing it, if it is okay. But if you're feeling insecure about your group, bringing other people into your group, then yes, the group has to learn lessons. Everyone has to learn lessons about trust. Everyone has to learn lessons about love. And it is nothing wrong that they are at that level. And it is an opportunity that is lying there for improvement. So there's a possibility for improvement there. If you can see in that fashion, and if you can relate with your group members in that fashion, yes, you can create that possibility of improvement. You can create that possibility of growth within that group.
Yeah. So this is basically the question here is you nicely explained. So great understanding that we have got now. So basically, in Western countries, I see Asians stay in one place, only in one place, mostly, right? So they moving towards other areas. They think a lot before they move, and they say, oh, that area is only these kind of people and this area. So I don't want to say that Asians and Westerners, but so these Asians, they think, oh, moving to that area, there may be some, discrimination towards us. So as and when there is an opportunity, I'll just say, no, you shouldn't be thinking that. In the moment you think, you are creating that. Okay. So that's one part of it. And you go with open mind and you don't know what blessings you are going to get over there. So it may be even much better, and your kids may get even much better education. So that's what are the other ways other than you just saying this? Is there any other way to instill this love instead of fear? That was the question, but I think in a way you answered that. In a way you answered that.
Sorry, can I come in there as well, please?
Yes,
I'm looking at a completely different scenario. Say we have group A that is being discriminated. They have nothing with them, no power with them, no arms with them, nothing like that. Group B, who is trying to discriminate group A, has all the power, all the arms, hell-bent to destroy group A. What does group A do?
What does group A has to do? Group A has to do everything to protect themselves, one thing.
Okay, that's what I wanted. Yeah.
Yet, be in acceptance of what the state is. See, when you're not in acceptance of what is your state of not having the required resources, you cannot even devise a strategy how to face it. So you accept it and still you can see it in the larger picture. Still you can see it as a soul. See, even for preparing Arjuna to the war, if the war is imminent, okay, they did the war. So, Viddhaya Krutanishchaya. So, you do the war if you have to do the war. That's all.
Thank you. You explained it very well.
This is really nice. So what you're saying is, so you do whatever you could do to protect yourself physically, psychologically, and spiritually. That's wonderful, actually. That's amazing. Yeah.
And Hatova Pratyasi Swargam. Even if you have to die, you will go to heaven. So the message of Krishna was clear. Okay. Take it.
Can you repeat this once again? The last one.
Hatova Pratyasi Swargam. Even if you will go to heaven. So be prepared and wage the war. See, here we are living in an age where the wars are not necessary. Okay. See, whatever now we have spoken is only philosophical. So now enough resources where we do not have to war at each other, but we have to see avenues, create avenues. We have to create more possibilities to live in peace. This is only for a philosophical understanding that we have posed a question, right? This is only for intellectual analysis or intellectual entertainment that we would be posing this question. But we can live in a world which is working for everyone. We do not have shortage of resources where we have to wage wars on others for resources now. Okay, this comes only from limited understanding of the self. When you have an understanding of the unlimited nature of the self, okay, then you do not even have to wage a war now. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pradeep.
I agree with you, Pradeep garu. So there is a win-win situation always. There is no these limited beliefs actually create the that it is creating I am limited. I identified by certain group, and as a group we think that we are all getting this discrimination. But the reality is there is no discrimination. It is freedom is within our mind. So just open up. See we are just looking at 1% of darkness. There is 99% of light. So turn other side, and wherever there is a discrimination, don't worry about it. Just move on, creating the better reality. So, for example, where certain cricket groups, where I see, they think that they are discriminated, but that is not reality. So you can, so if you can create your own cricket group, or if you are really enlightened, do well, excel well in that area. So it's just an example, and there are n number of things we can do. So just be conscious. Don't worry about anything. I mean, there is a slogan like the mark of your ignorance is the depth of your belief in injustice. So if we are as a soul, we are seeing that discrimination or fear, the low vibration, that means we have some things to evolve. So look at the other 99% of possibility. So that's what I would like to add.
Beautiful. Nice. The mark of your ignorance is the depth of your belief is in injustice and sorrow. How much injustice you see in the world, how much sorrow you see in the world. So that is the mark of your ignorance. Yes, Richard Bach has beautifully quoted that. Thanks for bringing that.
Yeah, I really like the other statement that, you have 99% of light and 1% of fear. So move towards that's wonderful statement, Rajshekar. I really love that. And this Richard Bach saying is one of the thing. Every time we need to look at that, and yeah, that's wonderful. And we have Sri Lakshmi Mani from Telefort. She wanted to share one of her experience. Please, Sri.
Thanks, Kiran. Yeah, no, just on that discrimination. I mean, as you said, living in this Western country, you can quite easily feel that discrimination. And when I initially came here, I had the same, because I think it was my belief system. One, because you talk to a lot of Indians and they all point in that same direction. Even though you didn't have that experience, you're already thinking in the similar way. And after I started meditating, it's quite a big shift, because now most of my friends are actually English people, and I get so much more joy with them. Again, I'm not saying that it's nothing wrong on the other end, but I think you just open up. It's you don't see that difference. Don't see that wall. You don't see that boundary. And again, at workplace as well, I had seen, like, for Indians, basically, it was so difficult to grow in the management positions. You would probably carry on as developers and senior developers. You could never move into a management position. And again, for me, I overcame that boundary, and I see that there is, if you talk rationally, there is opportunities for everybody. I don't think there is a, it's our belief system, it's our limiting beliefs which actually make us think that way. And once you overcome that, there are endless possibilities in every direction. That's what I would add from my experience.
Cool. Thanks for sharing that.
Thank you.
That's great. Sri Lakshmi Mani, thank you for sharing that, and I've seen you transforming in a wonderful way, and you are in such a senior position now. You are transforming lives in your company now. Thank you. So, yeah.
Bhagavad Gita, because we were also talking about the war. So the war was imminent. There was no other choice, because they have asked for 5 villages. Duryodhana was not even ready to give 5 villages. So the war has happened. War is the last resort. Or in this age, I would say it's a no resort. It's a no choice. Okay? So we have many other choices. As Rajshekhar was telling, that 99% there is light. We can focus on that. So we can focus on that. Yeah. And Srilu Madam, yeah, right. She was telling that there was a possible discrimination in the corporate ladder, right? And yet there are people who have achieved, Indians who have achieved CEO positions in many companies. And yet there may be certain discrimination, but if you are in that mindset that, yes, I would have my opportunity that I am eligible for, so then maybe you can create your own reality of going up the corporate ladder. Yeah, that's what I would want to add. Thank you.
That's great. I think it's a time to, if no one has anything, we can close the session. That's go on.
Meditation and close it. Okay. Just
yeah, we will. We can do. Yes. Do you want me to play the music, or you want to just guide?
I'll just guide it for 2 minutes. You can play slow music if you would like to.
Okay, sure.
All of you, please close your eyes. Only 2 minutes meditation, my dear friends. Please close your eyes. Just be with the breath. Observe your breath. Be relaxed. Be completely relaxed. We are whole, perfect, and complete. Every moment we are complete. My dear friends. In every aspect, in every subject, we can create what we want from being complete. No inside every thought. No within every thought and every word and every action that we are always complete human being. You are always a complete individual inside. You are a wonderful, awesome complete expression of divinity in every moment of your life, in every possible moment of your life, in all the moments of your life that you have ever lived, in this lifetime or earlier lifetimes, you were always complete, my dear friend. Be in this awareness that you were always complete. You are always complete. You are going to be always complete, not anything less than that. Know in your understanding that you're always complete. We are all whole. We are all perfect. We are all complete. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. We are complete in our outer world. We are complete in our inner world. We are complete with our divine consciousness. We are complete in our manifested realms, and we are complete in our unmanifested realms. We are complete in all the realms that we are existing, my dear friends. We are that infinite being who is always complete. We are the divine being who is always complete. We are that eternal soul which is always complete, my dear friends. Have this understanding all the time. It will bring you peace. It will bring you joy. It will bring you an ease of life. Just be with the breath. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May the peace prevail inside our heart. May the peace prevail inside every living being's heart. Every human being, every divine being, every animal being, every plant being, and every mineral being. May the peace gets instilled. Be in integrity with your word, with your thoughts, and with your actions. That will be a complete expression of you. You are always complete. There is no moment that you are ever incomplete. You were always complete. You are always complete. You are going to be always complete. You are a complete being. You will be always complete. You are eternally complete. You're whole. You are perfect. You are perfect. You are perfect. Last 30 seconds. We are all perfect. We are all complete. We are all perfect. We are all whole. We are complete in ourselves. We are complete in all our aspects. And yet we can create whatever else we want while being complete. We have all the choice. That is discrimination. And we can express ourselves in integrity. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, my dear friends. Please slowly open your eyes with a little smile on your face. Thank you. Thank you, UK team, Ravi and Rashika. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Pradeep Garu. Thank you, Pradeep Garu. It's a wonderful session, wonderful dimension. Really helps a lot for contemplating. A lot of members couldn't join today. They are following by YouTube and for future references. This is a great subject. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, it is really a great subject, and everyone must understand the importance of discrimination and integrity. And the integrity part, the part you really said it very well about discrimination comes first, before the integrity. You cannot do with your free will whatever you want to do. So you have to have that discrimination before you do whatever you want to. And that's wonderful. Thank you, Pradeep. Thank you for coming. And it's a great session. It again, one other great session like the previous ones. So we'll have some more. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you.